So the first thing you're going to be asking is, what the fuck is wrong with your face? Well, I really don't know. There's some pink shit all over my face. I don't know if it just increased blood flow. I don't know if I got sunburn. I don't know what the fuck it is. So anyways, yeah. So, on to the topic at hand, Rock Band 4. It's been officially announced. So, you know, it's definitely coming out. They're going to make it as a platform this time, which I think makes a lot more sense. Because obviously, you know, it's like, take like League of Legends, you know. It's like, when you make multiple games, you kind of spread the player base apart, and so if you keep it like on a single game, then it's a lot smarter, because then you just update the game and do and, you know, so forth. So it makes a lot more sense. However, I don't have a PS4 or a Xbone, so I'm like 95% likely not going to play it. Not to mention I don't even have a TV that I can play it on, you know. So, and I'd have to buy like all this extra equipment for it. Not to mention my neighbors below me in my apartment complex would probably get pissed off. I'd have to like work out a deal with them. It's just too much to do. So, like if one of my friends gets it, you know, I'd probably play it when I went over there. Might make a video or two there or something like that, you know, like this ghetto video of me like just filming the screen and, you know, do whatever. But, you know, as far as like a well-done video and doing a whole video series of it, it's just not going to happen unless somebody wants to pay for me to move into a completely new apartment complex, get a PS4 or an Xbone, a new TV, and all the other crap, and that's just not going to happen. And even if you do have the money to pay for that, please don't do that, because that's just ridiculous. You need to, you know, yeah. So, that said, like I said, you know, I'll probably still watch videos of it. I'll probably, you know, comment stuff about it. I'll probably go to streams about it, you know, talk about it, whatever else. But I'm probably not going to, like I said, you know, like be able to really play or do videos because of that reason. But as far as what's been revealed about the game, I want to talk about a few things on that. First is that they're going to go back to not trying to teach the player how to play a real musical instrument, which honestly I think makes sense for a home consumer market. It's just not viable to put out the technology to do that, because it's like, I mean, look at how much like the Pro Drums cost, and look at how much that guitar cost for what was that game, Rockstar or whatever else, the Rocksmith, that's what it was, Rocksmith. And look at how much that cost, you know. It's like, that was just so excessive to do all that. And, you know, it's like, it's a niche market. It's like, it's a niche market because it's like, the people who want to learn how to play a real musical instrument, 95% of them are just going to go out and buy a real musical instrument and go get lessons and do whatever else, you know. And the people who want to play a video game are just going to play the video game.
Gotcha.
That's great. And so, it's just not worth it. It's too small of a market, and I think that they're doing the right thing by doing that. So, that said, they're going to continue to support Pro Drums, which I find interesting, and they're not going to continue to support Pro Guitar. They're going to not have the keyboard in it anymore, and they're going to somehow get 95% of the DLC to work on this version, which makes me think they're not going to put in anything that would require hardware to do any new gameplay features, because they said they want to put in new gameplay features, but they don't want to put in new, you know, how to play an instrument type stuff. And if all the other prior DLC is going to have to work, then the only two options are either A, all the prior DLC doesn't work with the new features, sort of like how a lot of the older DLC obviously didn't have, like, you know, Pro Drums or keyboards or Pro Guitar Notes or whatever else, or whatever they're putting into the game is not going to impact the game in a hardware function, and instead it will be software only, something that you could add to the existing things. Which leads me to the next part, and my theory as to what they're going to do, and what I hope they do, but I'm not going to bank on it because that'd just be like a miracle. I mean, I love it, but, you know, I don't know. And the second thing is, they said they want to cater the game to three specific groups of people. The people who enjoyed the tour mode, who, you know, enjoyed, like, the whole storyline, oh yeah, man, now you're a rock star, yeah, and achievements and stuff like that, you know, the whole achievement hunter mentality, people like that. The second group of people that they want to cater to is the, you know, yeah, man, let's get drunk and play some, you know, Aerosmith, some Metallica, yeah, like, you know, just having a party, whatever else, you know. People that don't care about actually playing the song successfully, people that don't really care about doing an amazing job, they just want to have fun and just want to, like, have the party aspect. And then the final group, which they specifically listed as the hardcore minority group of people who really, really love doing insane difficulty stuff, the perfectionist thing, getting the highest score type stuff. And they said they want to cater to those also. So if you were to have something, I just realized this viewpoint's like really bad. It's just going like right up my fucking nose. If they want to have a viewpoint on the game, if they want to have something on the game that would be really good to do, that would cater to the perfectionists, but still allow people to enjoy the game and go through the band mode and stuff like that, and would cater to the people who want to get achievements in the storyline mode, and would not require any extra hardware stuff, and would be applicable to the old note charts, the simplest solution there is to add note grading to each note. And for those of you who don't know what that is, who never played any Japanese rhythm games, take stuff like DDR as the best example. When you hit a note, you get something like marvelous, perfect, good, great, whatever else. That's the accuracy of your actual timing on hitting the note. If they added that to the game, they could have a whole wealth of achievements, obviously full perfect a song, get only goods on a song, get, 90% great, whatever, something like that. All that kind of stuff. They could have, for obviously the score people, this would be a huge boon, because one of the biggest problems with Rock Band back in the day was that people, after many years of playing the game, had optimized the star power charts, or the overdrive charts, they optimized the overdrive charts. And when they'd done this, along with the, actual perfect combo type stuff, you guys had a bunch of scores up at the top of the leaderboard that were exactly the same. And then, of course, you had the whole note squeezing thing, but even then, the note squeezing people were pretty much, going to get the same scores. And so because of this, it made a lot of stuff like tournaments for the game not really that viable, because people aren't going to really try note squeezing in tournaments a lot of the time, and people would often end up with similar score. They'd often end up with the exact same score. So, to make this easier to have competitive gameplay, and to really make it more serious for a competitive gameplay aspect, if you had note ratings, the likelihood of somebody simply full comboing a song is much higher than the likelihood of somebody outright full comboing and getting all 100% perfects on a song. That's a hell of a lot harder to do. Take me for example, on Drum Mania. Drum Mania has a pretty hard note rating scale and stuff like that, and a smaller timing window than Rock Band, but I've probably full comboed 70, 80 songs on it or something like that, but I've only full perfected a song twice. I've only full perfected 2 songs in the, I don't even know how long, probably 10 years I've been playing Drum Mania, and so it's much more difficult to get all perfects with a full combo. And so that would really separate, the insanely good players from the really good players, and would lead to more competitive play. It wouldn't impact anything hardware-wise. All the prior DLC would be viable for it, and you'd be able to, like I said, put achievements for it, all that other stuff. It would really be the smartest move. Do I think they're actually going to do this? Probably not, because the Western gaming market has never really liked ratings on notes. I don't know why. I really don't know why, because all it does is increase the competitive aspect of the game like tenfold. And even if you're playing on a casual level, you could just simply disable the notes. They could even have a mode that's just like this, just for competitive playing, just disable it otherwise. And I don't really get why, in general, high difficulties and competitive gameplay in Western gaming is frowned upon. I really don't get that. It's like Dark Souls somehow made it through this, and I want to be the guy as an example of an indie game, and stuff like that. But in general, if a game's too difficult or whatever else, people just get butthurt over here, in America, Canada, and stuff like that. I don't know why. They just get so butthurt over it, and it's guys, you don't have to play it competitively, but for the people who do want competitive play, it's in there, It's there's a bajillion games out there. Just because a game is competitive and difficult doesn't mean it's a bad game. And that leads me into a completely another rant, which I'll have to do some other time. I think I'll actually just film that after this. I think I'll just film that after this, so fuck it. Anyways, that's my whole thing on Rock Band 4. I'm looking forward to it. I'm wondering what songs they're going to have on it and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see if they do it with a lot of songs that have came out since Rock Band 3 came out, trying to bridge the gap there, or if it'll be almost exclusively, brand new songs and so forth, or a mixture or whatever else, if they go back to making it mostly rock songs, or if they keep the whole like genre expanding thing where they have like a lot of different genres, you know, for DLC and regular stuff. It's really interesting. So yeah, that's about it.